However, because there were over 450 people set to testify against the bill, they just cut the hearing early, not allowing any of their voices to be heard. So, they made their voices heard by marching through the Capitol and chanting. Listen to them right here. Care if it's inconvenient to listen to 450 pieces of testimony. This bill drew out that many people for a reason.
Chair recognizes the lady from Jefferson 43 for explanation of vote not to exceed 2 minutes.
May I speak on the bill? We have created an environment of hate, and then we look at them like there's something wrong with them. First you hated black people, then you hated Jews, now you're hating everybody. So the question is, when it's the only people left are you, will you hate yourself? Power concedes nothing. This house is for the people, by the people, to serve the people, and you won't listen. You go after everybody's kids but your own. You make hate the way to go as long as it's not applied to you. You have to ask yourself the question, why would they be doing that? Who are we to cause that? None of us said we would come here and hurt people, and yet you make trades and policy so your bills can be heard. You go against the people of this state. This is a horrible, horrible session. This bill is horrible because it has nothing to do with the people. And the last thing I'll say is, God bless you, because somebody's going to have to atone. Yes, yes, the gentleman from Fetro. Somebody's going to have to atone for not being who you're supposed to be.
As soon as news broke that a shooter in Nashville, Tennessee killed 6 people, including 3 young children, the right started exploiting the tragedy to spread anti-trans hate. Early reports about the shooting at the Covenant Christian School identified the 28-year-old shooter as a transgender person. Predictably, right-wing personalities immediately started falsely blaming trans people in general for the tragedy. Influential people on the right are falsely referring to trans people as terrorists, and the hashtag transterrorism was even trending on Twitter, despite the fact that cis men, not trans people, make up 98% of mass shooters. They have made unsubstantiated claims that hormone replacement therapy can increase a person's likelihood of committing gun violence, when in reality, gender-affirming care is critical, life-saving, and endorsed by the US's major medical associations. And finally, the right is also pushing the erroneous Christian nationalist belief that trans people are waging a holy war in order to eradicate Christianity. Some people are even promising violence. In a Telegram post, one person wrote, "Let the roundups begin, and it's time to purify."
We seem to be watching the rise of trans terrorism.
Fox News is viewed by millions, and that was from last night's primetime segment. So is this.
The left has created a world that has our young people on a collision course with reality. One that's aligned against the Judeo-Christian tradition.
Just so it's clear, before the shooting in Nashville, leaked emails between anti-trans lobbyists and politicians revealed how trans people were actually already being targeted by Christian nationalists back in 2019. All this puts an even bigger target on trans people at a time when the US is increasingly hostile towards trans and gender nonconforming people.
You are outlawing with this bill care that reduces suicide likelihood by 73%. If you had a drug that you could give kids that would reduce suicide likelihood by 73% in a pill, you would say it was a miracle drug.
You agree, Dr. Bowden, that the members of this body have an obligation to protect children in Tennessee from harm, correct?
Yes, so Representative Bulso, you're my representative. What are you going to do to protect my child?
One more question.
They really weren't gonna leave. After about 5 minutes, the counter-protesters finally left. Trans rights.
We are worried about giving our kids Judy Blume and other books that are important to the history, to the fabric of our country, and we aren't worried about sending our kids to schools where they're not safe.
Dadgummit, we don't put up with that crap in Tennessee, and we shouldn't. We're not going to fix it. Criminals are going to be criminals.
Aren't you guys tired of covering this? Aren't you guys tired of being here and having to cover all of these mass shootings? I'm from Highland Park, Illinois. My son and I survived a mass shooting over the summer. I am in Tennessee on a family vacation with my son, visiting my sister-in-law. I have been lobbying in D.C. since we survived a mass shooting in July. I have met with over 130 lawmakers. How is this still happening? How are our children still dying, and why are we failing them? Gun violence is the #1 killer of children and teens. It has overtaken cars. Assault weapons are contributing to the border crisis and fentanyl. We are arming cartels with our guns and our loose gun laws, and these shootings and these mass shootings will continue to happen until our lawmakers step up and pass gun safety legislation. I'm pretty sure this was an unsecured weapon that this teenager got a hold of. We can't even pass gun safety, like safe storage laws in this country to protect kids from getting a hold of weapons that they shoot each other with. Aren't you guys tired of this? Are you guys sick of it? We have to do something. We'll all have to call our lawmakers, and we all have to make our lawmakers make change now, or this is going to keep happening, and it's going to be your kid and your kid and your kid and your kid next, because it's just a matter of time.
Line them up in rows. I love exploiting children who think they're little stars. Their egos are deflated when they're hated.
We are exploited children living in exploiting times.
We sing exhausting songs.
We use explicit rhymes. We are exploited children.
Hard work is never fun.
Daddy loves my hoity-toity. He's exploiting.
Dearest Matilda, come.
You know, they say this is the land of the free. Realistically, though, this is the land of, instead of taking accountability, we're just gonna write laws on top of laws on top of laws. America is the land of, instead of fixing mistakes, we literally just hide them legally. Hide them legally. And then we get lied to, saying, oh no, we don't have no conflict of interest, but you're over here with Metastocks, right? But I'm the one that goes to bed at night with anxiety, and then I'll wake up with anxiety because I don't know if I'm waking up that morning to the fact that my existence is outlawed.